I'm with Tomas Olek, who just scaled to 10K a month in car detailing. A lot of those people, like Tony Lee, who've been there, left. Tomas Olek is here to stay and scale past 10K to 20, 50, 100K a month. And he's going to share with you first how he got to 10K so that you can go into 10K a month this holiday season or in 2024. So, Thomas, with that said, what's up, man? Introduce yourself. Share with us your golden nuggets.
Yeah, for sure. Basically, yeah, my name is Thomas. I'm no different than you, and I did scale from obviously from zero to around right now. I'm at 15K a month right now.
Here we go. See?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's going good, and I just wanted to hop on here, share some golden nuggets. Different things that I've done separated me from everybody else to be able to actually hit these goals that some people dream of, and that I dreamed of too in the past. Right? You
We all
see,
did.
yeah, you all did, right? And it's kind of like a misconception that a lot of people think that it's a lot harder than a lot of people assume, but
Mm,
it's definitely achievable, near future if you do have some type of experience and a good mindset going into things, right? And the main factors that I implemented myself to be able to actually be able to achieve those heights, it's not a crazy goal, right? You're in agency lab, you see how some people are, 100K, 200K, even some guys, 500K, right? So, but it's a lot bigger than I always thought I was gonna get to be honest, right?
yeah,
It took
100%.
me it took me around like I think 7 months.
7 months?
Yeah,
Okay.
7 months, but a lot of procrastination. You have to take that in. It's not something like it just happens, right? You really have to actually like put your mindset to it. Like, yo, if I don't get this, like I'm effed up. Like
Mhm.
I'm not making any money, right? I quit my job like only 3 months ago,
Oh,
and I was
wow.
just like, damn, it's time to go all in, right? It was actually throughout the Burn the Boats challenge. I think that was like 3 months ago.
Oh, man.
Funny enough, Burn the Boats challenge was actually my worst month, like for
Really?
a while. Yeah, I lost like three clients, four clients.
Damn, you burned the boats and
I burned myself too. And then I remember the month after Burn the Boats, I was just like, damn, I'm going to Europe next week. And I'm like, yo, I have no money. Like I need to make something happen quick. So I just went all in, paid ads, and then scaled and practiced my sales, of course, as well.
amazing. Amazing. We're gonna unpack all of that. You came with the fire, so we're gonna go ahead and unpack it one at a time. So I got a quick question for you. I love asking all the agency owners I talk to. What
Yeah.
is your number one tip for someone who's scaling still to their first 10K a month? What is your number one tip?
Number one tip to someone scaling to 10K, 0 to 10K is literally all mindset. Like it actually only is all mindset. Like people overthink it, think that a lot of people do a lot of procrastination, which they think they're being productive. It's like productive procrastination. I'm pretty sure that's what they call it, right?
Hmm.
But really, the number one thing that you could actually do to scale to 10K as quick as possible is putting your head down. It sounds like, everybody says this, but really putting your head down to be able to actually be able to achieve these things, right? Put your head down and think, okay, I got to hit 10K. I got to level up as a human. If I don't level up, then I'm going to say the same. I'm going to be like everybody else is going to college and that's being, or generic as per se, right?
Yeah.
So you really have to level you up and put your head down and think I'm better than everybody else. How am I going to make this happen? And once you actually put your reps in, put your reps into things, it's going to happen. It's just going to happen after a long enough time frame. It might not happen in 30 days, like some people make happen, but it will happen at some point. So
Absolutely. It's 100% mindset. And when you say like a lot of people think that they're working hard, like sure, you can be working hard, but so as a construction worker, right? Shout out to them, they're amazing people, but
of course,
you got to focus on the right things. And
yeah,
usually we already know what we need to focus on. We just don't do it.
exactly, right. That's the most important thing is you have to focus on things that's actually going to make an ROI on your whole business, right? If you're not putting an ROI on your business, like why are you doing it, right? Like a website, you shouldn't have a website. I know some people at like 100K without even a website. It's
Yeah.
like it makes no
Amin
sense.
Gotti.
I mean,
Yeah.
God, yeah, but Amin Gotti is like four agencies, bro. Like he's not gonna have a website for every single one. But the guy, like that's the main thing is being able to actually achieve those heights. You have to put in the reps. You have to send either the DMs. You got to send them Facebook messages. You got to send the cold emails. You got to put yourself in front of prospects, whether it's paid ads, whether it's DMs, Instagram. All those things work if you scale it up as high as possible. Which
Well said.
that's just how it makes sense. I know
Well
you're the
said.
DM god, so yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta I gotta
Yeah.
plug in the DMs, of course.
So I got you, man. I got you. So now that's actually a good segue, really quick. What were you doing to separate yourself? I mean, car detailing back in 2022, Tony Lee came in. I helped him first with DMs, and then boom, everyone on YouTube and their mother watched that video and made agency in car detailing. And obviously going to 2023, it was kind of hard because everyone's been recently hit slash burnt by an agency if they worked with one. So
Yeah.
how did you separate yourself? How did you, how did you convince these guys to work with you, even if they were burnt before?
I think it's a matter of, I'm blessed because I have competitive advantages because like my close family friends have a business
Oh,
that's,
nice.
auto detailing, vinyl, PPF, all that. And basically in those circumstances, I had the competitive advantage that I had a lot of knowledge in the industry, right? Like me, when I
Mm.
came in, I was like, all right, I already know all these things, right? I know how these guys talk, like I know how these guys act. So it's a lot easier for me to be able to communicate with them. Like this guy is not as good as I am, right? You have to be cocky in this industry. Like you can't be Mr. Nice Guy all the time because if you're Mr. Nice Guy, you're not going to get really anywhere, right? You have to be like, yeah, I'm better than this guy. Because if not, then they're going to go to the next guy. That's just
Yeah.
how it works.
Yeah, in other
So
words, you gotta feel like you're the shit. Like you
you
like
have
a
to.
boxer, you can't be timid when you go into a boxing match. Like that's why you see Tank Davis being like, getting in front of these guys on the
Yeah,
card,
yeah, yeah. That's my
pushing
favorite
people up.
boxing.
Like so unpack that practically, guys. Like Thomas did something that's actually very, normal for people to do, which is
Yeah.
go into a niche that you have experience in already. So you
Mhm.
may think of it as being blessed, but honestly, it was just a very intelligent move to go into something with a first movers advantage and because it's a relatively new niche and having an edge with it. That's why I went into the personal training industry because I knew personal trainers just
Yeah,
like you knew car detailers. So
exactly.
what about that now separated you? Like when you're on that call, what did that look like specifically? What kind of offers were you doing to help yourself? I'm just curious on that.
So to leverage myself, basically, I scaled to I think maybe 6K from just straight DMs. Like I went to 6K from DMs, just like, just myself going in, obviously your help as well. But basically that went from 0 to 6K for just straight DMs. And the only way I separated myself to get to 6K was just straight up, I'll send you 100 leads. I'll send you 100 leads for free, basically. That's
Mhm.
really what I did, right? Because I couldn't promise jobs because everybody else was promising jobs. I just told these guys, like, if you're good at closing, you're good at close multiple jobs, right?
Mhm.
I didn't do any type of sales training, nothing. And I was actually getting these guys good results, right? With the 100 leads in, I think it was 100 leads in 30 days or 100 leads in 20 days. You just
That's
crack up the ad budget,
yeah.
to like $40 a day, and it's near impossible, right? You don't really qualify them, and they just come in and they're getting your 100 leads, right? And that's what separated me from everybody else. Promising 5 jobs, 10 jobs, 1,000 jobs, whatever they promise nowadays. Is separate yourself, even if the offer is less than everybody else. It's different, right?
Yeah.
So what do they always say? New is better than better, right? You can't be better. You can't just go better, 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 because people are always going to have the sniff detectors out, and then they're going to just sniff out the BS, right? So you want to be able to just separate yourself, even if your offer is less, even if it's like, I'll give you like, let's say go high level. How could you frame it so it's not go high level? Like a CRM software for all your leads if you're running Facebook ads yourself. Just
Hmm.
find people, like, let's say Facebook ads, and just say, yo, I'm gonna give you this, right? To be able to support that. And you're gonna have your foot in the door differently than everybody else, which is the main thing here. Is you really have to sit down, look at what everybody else is doing, and be like, all right, so I have all these things. Now, how do I make mine either different or new? That's it.
Yeah. Like when people zig, you
Always have to zag. Always.
exactly. That's fire, man. So what's your number one tip when it comes to sales then? I'm just curious on that point because we just covered marketing. Now let's
Yeah.
cover sales.
Sales wise, I wouldn't even say I'm that good at sales, to be honest. Like I really, the only way I actually sell these people is just making sense. Like if it
Mm.
makes sense, they're gonna buy it, right? You don't really have to do any sales, because I genuinely think that if you step a wrong foot on a sales call, like let's say you're on a demo call and you're showing the whole thing, and then like they're like on the verge, and then you're just trying to like press them to buy it, it's gonna create a bad client. That's in my opinion,
Mm.
right? I feel like if you sell the whole way through and you sell it properly and genuine, at the end, it's a no brainer for them. Like they're not even gonna hit you any objections, right?
Yeah.
That's why I've been really practicing
Oh,
sense
did
to
I
them.
lose you?
That's it, right?
Wait, wait.
That's why you have
I think I lost you for a sec. Start Rewind 5 seconds. Rewind 5
5
seconds.
seconds rewind. Okay, so yeah, so it's basically like sales is genuinely, you just got to be genuine throughout your sales,
Yeah.
because if you're not genuine at the end and you just try to force them to buy it, it's going to create a bad client. So you don't even want that, right? And the number one thing that I actually really helped me with sales is actually, he's an agency, Ashton Wilson. that guy, he gave me literally one piece of sales, and that's it. That's all I needed. And it was literally just break down numbers with your clients, because your clients don't even know don't even know numbers. Like, they don't understand numbers. And if you show them these numbers, CPLs, CPAs, and all these things, they don't even understand what that is. Once you explain it to them and it makes sense to them, they're like, oh wow, that's something I didn't know. This guy obviously knows something I don't, right? Let me buy it. So
Yeah,
that's
you
the
just
main
need to
thing.
know a little bit more
A
in
little
order
bit
to,
more.
because they want to delegate it to someone who can do it for them and who's better at it than them.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. And my favorite part was like you just sales is really just a conversation, but
Yeah.
obviously making sense of it to make partner like it's no different than someone saying, hey, do you have size 10 in Nikes? I'm like, yeah, cool. Bye. It's really that transaction. It's that
Yeah.
simple, right? You just gotta really do your part and obviously make it a good client because at the end of the day, you don't want to push them off the fence, even if they were grappling on it, right? You want them to want to hop off the fence and work with you. There's a huge difference between wanting to work and then something forcing them like a guarantee and you using pushy sales methods to do that. So yeah, I actually 100% agree. Like it creates a better client. It obviously creates a better business for you and for them.
Honestly, it's a lot of people, they try to be the hardest closer and try to do some like crazy kick flips on their close and try to be able to, make the craziest close. But it's really just like if you Jane, I think that soft closing is probably the best type of closing in my opinion. Like if your
Interesting.
prospect actually has to really like think about it, like, but you have to sniff out either they're trying to think about it or they're just trying to get rid of you, right?
Yeah.
If they're genuinely like they're like looking at the thing and they're like, oh, like I want to do it, and they're like, yeah, no, I need to look through numbers. And it's just like, don't be like, why do you have to look through numbers now? Why don't you look through numbers before? Like, why would you say that? Like that's gonna just like put them on high alerts, right? You don't want high alerts. You kind of just want to be like, okay, that's totally cool. Like, what do you have to look through? Just like genuinely like get it out of them the most that you possibly can, and then just be like, all right, totally cool. How about this, right? If they want to schedule a schedule follow-up call, then that means they're closed, right? If they want to schedule a follow-up call, but not only a follow-up call, but also, they drop you a deposit. But the most important thing that I did that was a bit different was I did deposit, but it was like a $400 deposit.
Mm.
$400 deposit. And then if they pay that $400 deposit, or the next day they're calling you and they're just giving you, they're just like, yeah, I want to start, right? Because it's the level of commitment that you want to get out of them. So if you drop a $400 deposit and you schedule follow-up call, they're almost done. They're almost 100% going to buy. It's just how,
Absolutely. Yeah, make sure you don't do something so low. I mean, I've seen
yeah.
people do 50. I did $100 one time and like it doesn't feel nice when you hold $100 and they don't talk back. I'm like, should I give it back to you? Like, what's going on?
Yeah,
Anyways,
no.
that's good advice right there. Especially, not being pushy, but being able to give them, that internal again confidence that hey, I'm certain that this is the right thing. I can do this. Let's go. Right. So that's awesome, man.
I actually had another golden nugget I just thought of back in the day when I was doing my crazy offers, which was $100, 100 leads. Actually, I ran 100 leads in 30 days or in 20 days, right? I kind of just shortened up the time spans, but then like kept the leads the same. So I just A/B tested the time spans. And then I remember I also ran, I think it was 100 leads for $1. So you did the $1 to start. You had the credit card in file, right? You get them sign a contract. If they're satisfied, you can just charge them automatically. And then it's just 100 leads in for $1. So you basically just hook up, run 50 bucks a day for 7 days. You're gonna generate 100 leads in 7 days with 50 bucks, depending on what your service delivery looks like.
right.
Lower the qualifications, they're coming through the door easily.
Easy. Easy. Yeah, that's fire, man. That's a good gold nugget. People can definitely try that. But the thing is, you're being innovative again. You're being different. That's the
Yeah.
key thing. And especially in a niche like yours, where again, as of recently, it just blew up. I would say in 2022, niche of the year goes to car detailing.
Oh,
I would
100%.
say I would say this year though, med spa. Would you agree with me?
Oh yeah, med spa
Med
100%.
spa.
Yeah. What about real estate? Was that like maybe like 2020?
I would say 2021. Yeah,
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah,
I would
this year
say
med spa,
I would
bro.
say
And
gyms is 2021 too. Gym launch went crazy.
I was in the gym niche when I first started.
Oh, really?
Gyms, yeah, but I wasn't an Aegis Lab or anything. Like I was just like it was like my first thing. I was just like marketing. All right, gyms.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
And
Wow.
they started comparing me to gym launch. I really remember. He was like, "What's the difference between you and gym launch?" It's like I don't
Dude,
even know
they
what
do
gym
that like
launch is.
50% of the time, bro. Like 50% of all my calls have been like, so I tried gym launch or I've heard of gym launch. And I'm like, okay.
What was your hand? Well, like how'd you handle that? Like it's Alex Hormozi, they must know
Yeah.
who that is in the gym.
I told them, I was like, well, if they said they've been burnt by Alex Mosley, that's different than what's different than you and Jim Lunch. I'll be like, look, I'll be playing the 8 man. I'll be like, look, I highly recommend you go with them. Like, sure, you might have to drop 36K, and usually that turns them down
Yeah,
from Jim Lunch. And I'm like, drop 36K, but they got the shits. They got a lot of stuff. I know these guys personally, which I genuinely did, and
yeah.
I see what they're doing. I'm like, dude, they got you on lockdown. They'll get you to where you want to be. I'm just here doing the same thing, but I actually speak with you and communicate with you. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
sure if Alex and Mosey will even know you're in gym lunch. I mean, that's so cool if you're cool with that. You don't care. Results. But I'm here gaining the same results and giving you that relationship because, hey, I want to make sure you guys are taken care of. And then they're like, fuck, that's legit.
But you see, you close them with genuine. You were genuine. It was a genuine close, that
Yeah.
you're actually going to talk to these people. You're not some crazy executive like Alex Hormozi that's not even going to notice that they're in gym launch, right?
Yeah, and it's
So you
nothing
always have
wrong
to
with gym
find.
lunch. Yeah, it's just even if you have zero clients, you can say, hey, you can go to someone like you can go to someone like gym lunch. In fact, I would love to refer you because I would get a killer bonus from it.
Yeah,
But if you want someone who's with you 24/7, because I literally have no clients and I'm only going to be focusing on you and getting you the results, then we can talk.
100%. And it's that's definitely a competitive advantage, right? You need to find what's your thing, right?
Mm,
Like what are you better at than everybody else? Whether maybe you're the same, like you're better as the same as somebody else, like that's cool, but you can't be just the same as everybody. Like I
yeah,
see messages like in my client sub accounts, and I'm like, bro, like 4 people sent the exact same message, and it's like hey, is this the best place to ask a question? Like people still do that. Like
that's all. Look, they people still do that because they just see YouTube, bro. That's all. And
100%,
second
yeah.
thing, shout out to I gotta plug myself for that one.
For sure, for sure. No, that was a killer though. That was a killer. If that would have not got saturated, that would have been the most killer opener to
Look,
ever
so
exist.
it works in other niches right now because obviously it started in car detailing with
Yeah,
Tony, but it's changed. So like I'm testing it out right now for other people like in solar, bro. It crushes because no
bro.
one uses in
I could
solar.
imagine. What about med spa? It's probably saturated med spa.
Yeah, we already use it. We use something
Yeah,
else. Yeah, we just
but
ask them if they offer Botox or something, and then boom.
yeah, but med spa niche. I swear now I go on IG and all I see is med spa ads. Like I see Cam, but like shout out Cam, like
Cam England,
he's
yeah,
the real one. And then I see Cam, I see Selena too, and I see them all. I
yeah.
started seeing
Rashawn,
Rashawn. I was literally on one call with Rashawn, the 50K a month agency call. Pretty sure that's what he does, or 100K a month, whatever.
yeah.
And literally after that, my whole feed is Rashawn. Like his new ad with like all like the testimonials. I see
I
it all the
look. I think it's something to do with how we engage on Facebook in the Facebook group, and then it's like, hey,
yeah.
Rashawn's running this with his Facebook. Maybe he'll like it. I think it's something like that.
Mm,
That's why I'm a community manager, man. I like all your guys' stuff, so you guys see my stuff. No,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
joking. I'm joking. But anyways,
That's
let's to wrap it up here. I got 2 more questions, 2 more topics.
mhm,
What's your number one? This is more for you, honestly.
mhm.
And obviously for the viewers, but for you, I want to ask you, what is your plan to scale to 20K, right? Getting
Yeah.
there, and then 30K, 50K, etc. What's your plan right now? What's your focus?
I think I think I actually had this discussion with Ashton yesterday. And like genuinely, I thought I could start delegating everything to get more free time, right? But really, he actually gave me a crazy pointer for anybody that's like 10K, 12K, trying to scale to that 20K. Don't delegate everything until you get to 20K. The reason why is because you want to genuinely get that satisfaction that you could do it, you could push through the hard times, you could work the 12, 15-hour days to be able to get to that standpoint. And then once you get there, then you have the privilege and once you have the capital to be able to start delegating tasks, right? Which that actually opened up my mind a lot. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Because I was like this close to hiring a video editor because I was like, like I don't want to do these video edits. I don't want to edit videos for
Mm,
ads anymore. Like it's just taking too much of my time. And he's like, bro, keep working, get to 20K and then start doing it, right? Because you want to genuinely get that satisfaction that you could trust yourself to be able to get to there, right? 20K
yeah,
is really just 10K is a mindset. 20K is believing yourself, right? Believing yourself that you could scale up even larger. 20K, I wouldn't say like 30K is really a milestone. I'd say 20K to 50K. But 50K is probably just 50K is just putting, I think it's really just if you can build systems or not. I think like
yeah,
20 to 50K is really like, can you build a system? Can you build a team or no? And then
yeah.
50K, that what would you say?
Yeah,
Because
I'm here. I
hey,
got you. I
hey,
got you.
hey man,
Yeah, I would
you're
100% agree. I would 100% agree that 10K, It's mindset. 20K, it's more like grinding it out. Like you can
Yeah.
grind yourself there by doing more of what got you to 10K and then to 20K. And then from 30K to 50 beyond, it's really like, okay, now I need more manpower, thus I need to delegate this. Now you look at hiring CSM, you look at
Yeah.
hiring, soon a closer too to get them ramped up because you might have more appointments coming in, you're adding fuel to the fire. That's why it's an interesting transition I learned personally, Thomas, that I want to share with you. Like
Yeah, no,
once
that'd
you
be
get to
beautiful.
that level, that's where you want to switch from your own employee mindset. Like there's nothing wrong with that. You're
Yeah.
grinding, you're doing it, right? The baker got to be the baker. But now you got to teach other people to do that so you can look at everything on the business. And that's really the huge key thing is being able to delegate it. That's why in Rise, I don't know if you are or not, but it's okay. That's why we teach people in Rise how to scale higher and lead a team. And that's
Mhm.
why you see Amin Gadi just rinsing, repeating, adding in the people to do the job for them. And that's really what's going to get you to 50K,
Yeah.
100K. I mean, it's not impossible to do it, not like with maybe one VA, but would you enjoy it?
Nathan Bentley.
Yeah.
Nathan Bentley is a different breed of a human. That's the thing, right? Is I thought 0 to 10K was like gonna be like pretty, but then you hear like I think I heard Tony Lee say it. Like 0 to 100K is still dirty. Like up to 100K is still dirty. And it's like grimy if you do it once, right? The second time is obviously probably gonna be cleaner because you're gonna already have you did it once, twice as
Mhm.
easy.
Yeah, on
That's why I
top
mean
of
God, he can go 0 to 100K in 30 days. Like what, 31 days?
yeah,
It's just like just a matter of he's done it so many times that he's like, all right, this in place, this in place, this in place is the KPI I need, and then yeah, there you go, right?
100%.
So that's the main thing is like don't try to make your agency pretty. Like it's not gonna be pretty up to 100K. Like 0 to 10K in and of itself is not gonna be pretty at all. Like there's not even, you're gonna have like one VA and it's not gonna be pretty, right? You're just gonna be doing a bunch of stuff every day. You're gonna be putting out a bunch of fires. You're gonna be trying to set up a bunch of appointments, and that's just how it's gonna work, right?
Yeah. That's why and I'll leave it this, like Sergio said, there's seasons for growth and there's seasons for recovery. And like when Tony or Blake, let's say Blake Maddox, the team, Blake Maddox, Amin Gadi, and Alex Ivanov scaled their dentistry agency within 31 days to 100K. Now they're in a season of recovery. And obviously Alex Ivanov is the GOAT when it comes to ops and like fulfillment. So these dentistries are in good hands. So yeah, man. What's the last thing you want to leave with people so that they can go out here? Maybe a huge tactic or action item that you can give to them.
Huge tactic. I just want to give a valuable one because I like when I watch these videos, I'm like, yeah, I need some gold at the end.
Yeah.
Probably really, it's actually just, if you're 0 to 10K, really just put your head down. Your friends aren't really your friends. Like if they're not doing what you want to do, they're not really your friends, right?
Mm.
If they're trying to bring you down, they're trying to bring you to the club, like they're not really your friends. So put your head down, cut off all your friends, and then really just focus on your future. Like where do you want to be in the next, 30 to days to a year, right? Like where do you want to be? If you're not where you want to be right now, then you actually have to put your head down and just look at yourself in the mirror and just think like, is this what I want to be for the rest of my life? Whether you're working a 9 to 5, whether you're working a part-time job, whether you're in school, just take that in. And if you're on an agency already and you're still doing that and you're like zero and you're not 0 to 10K yet, if you're not at 10K yet, then just make sure that you're focusing on the things that actually matter and put your head down and really focus in, right? Because it's all just a mindset thing.
There you go. Come full circle to it.
Yeah, but 10
Get
but
it.
10K isn't like your life isn't gonna change. Like I thought when I was gonna hit 10K, it was gonna be like and I'd see like the world in different colors, right?
Yeah.
Like I just hit 10K, I was laying in my bed, I was like, oh shit, the payment went through. That's sick.
Yeah. I'll say still to this day, for me, reaching 10K was a huge mindset shift. Everything else after that is more like I already know I can do it. I just need to put the right things in it. And but it's not
Yeah,
like your world change or life changes type of thing.
yeah. But 100K, I better see like different colors. I better see like the world is gonna.
No, no, not even like Nathan Bentley. We had a one-on-one just like you and
Oh
Ashton.
yeah.
And Nathan was like, bro, I'm still eating sushi from the gas station. I'm still calling these leads. Like, it's like game's not over. Game just started to him.
That's crazy, bro. But Nathan's
That's
such a G. Like
yeah.
Nathan's probably like one of my favorite people in agency lab, 100%.
Oh
Like
yeah,
his
because he's so
he just
genuine
drops
with it.
value. He's just like, yeah, so you're just gonna do this for your paid ads and you're gonna hit 100K. It's like sick, bro. That's all I needed to
Keeps
hear.
it real and simple.
He was just so real.
Yeah. All right, Thomas, I appreciate it, man. All
Appreciate it,
right,
bro.
thank you. Where can they follow you? Obviously,
Um,
love to follow your journey and any tips you probably give them as an agency owner. What's your I'll probably drop your IG
Yeah,
up
just draw my
in the
IG. It's TOMASOL3K. The E is a three.
3K. Okay, I see you.
Okay.
I see you.
Yeah.